Hello, Manuelian. This is Teacher Timmy, and welcome to our math class. Today, we are going to study about geometric sequence, and we are going to learn specifically how to find the value of the common ratio and the value of n. Are you ready? Let's go. So let's now have example number 1. So in this problem, we need to find the value of the common ratio. So let's read our problem. Find the common ratio of the sequence given the first term 4 and the seventh term of 256. So for our step number 1, we need to write all our given. Okay, so what is the value of our first term? So our first term here, it says 4. And what is the value of our r? R is the common ratio, so this is the unknown. What is the value of our n? And it tells us the number of sequence that we are talking about. So since na-mention that we have the seventh term as 256, so it means that we are talking about 7 terms. So your value or the value of n is 7. And what is the value of our a of n or the last term? Our last term is 256. So we are done with step number 1. For step number 2, we need to substitute all our given in our formula. So the formula in computing for the geometric sequence is a of n is equal to a of 1 times the common ratio raised to n minus 1. So let's now substitute. What is the value of our a of n? Our a of n is 256. And what is the value of our first term? Our first term is 4. And r is our unknown. And what is the value of our n? Our n here is 7. So 7 minus 1, that would be 6. Okay, we're done with step number 2, substituting our given to the formula. For step number 3, we need to perform the indicated operation. Okay, so in this case, since we are solving for the value of r, we need to cancel out 4. And since the operation is multiplication, to cancel out 4, we can divide both sides by 4. Divided by 4, and we need to cancel out 4. So what we have here on the right side of the equation is r raised to 6 and 256 divided by 4. So let us compute. So that would be 64. Okay, so we are not yet done because when you're solving for a variable, for the value of r, there should be no other numbers aside from that variable. But in this case, we still have the exponent 6. So we have to think of a way on how you're going to cancel the exponent 6. So to cancel the exponent 6, you have to multiply both the equations to the opposite or reciprocal value of your exponent. So what is the opposite or the reciprocal value of 6? The reciprocal value of 6 is 1 over 6. Okay, because the denominator of 6 is 1. So when you take the reciprocal value, that would be 1 over 6. So if I am going to ask you a question, what is the reciprocal value of 4? So that would be 1/4. Okay, one more example. What is the reciprocal value of 3? So that would be 1/3. What is the reciprocal value of 2/3? That would be 3 over 2. So again, why are we getting the reciprocal value? We have to get the reciprocal value for us to cancel out the exponent. So in this case, as what we have learned, the reciprocal value of 6 is 1 over 6. So we need to raise both sides to 1/6. Okay, let me do it here. So we have 64 is equal to r raised to 6. We need to raise both our equations to 1/6. 1/6. 1/6. So in this case, r raised to 6 raised to 1/6, we are multiplying both the exponents and it's already canceled out. Why? Because 6 times 1/6, the answer is 1. So we have here only r. Okay, so now we have here 64 raised to 1/6. What do we mean by this? It means that we need to write this number inside a radical sign, wherein your denominator, which is 6, will be your index. So it will become 6th root of 64. And your numerator here will be the exponent of the radicand. But since it's just 1, we don't need to place it here. Okay, so that is the 6th root of 64. So what do we mean by 6th root of 64? 6th root of 64, it means you will think of a number that you can multiply 6 times to itself, and then the answer would be 64. Okay, what number are you going to multiply 6 times to itself and will give you an answer of 64? So the answer here is 2. Okay, why is it 2? Because 2 times 2, that is 4. 4 times 2, that is 8. 8 times 2, that will be 16. 16 times 2, that will be 64. 64 times 2, oh, one more. 2 times 2, that will be 4. 4 times 2, that will be 8. 8 times 2, that will be 16. 16 times 2, that will be 32. And 32 times 2, that would give us 64. So we multiplied 2 6 times to itself. 1. So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we have here 2 as the value of our common ratio. Okay, so let's now have finding the common ratio of our geometric sequence. Okay, so in this problem, we need to find the common ratio of the sequence wherein our a's of 10 is 2048 and your first term is 4. So again, we have 3 steps. Step number 1, we need to write all the given that is available. So what is the value of a's of 1? By the way, you have to remember that there are only 4 given that we always have in all our sequences. So we always have the value of the first term, the value of the common ratio or the common difference, the value of n, and the value of a's of n or the last term. Okay, so in this case, what is the value of our first term? Our first term is 4, according to the problem. What is the value of the common ratio? The common ratio is the unknown. What is the value of our n? N, again, it is the number of terms that we are talking about. So, since na-mention ang a's of 10, ibig sabihin, 10 term ang pinag-uusapan natin. And then, what is the value of the last term? What is your 10th term or the a's of 10? Or last term, that would be 2048. So that would be step number 1. And now, for our step number 2, we have to substitute our given to the formula. So the same formula, that will be a's of n is equal to a's of 1 times the common ratio raised to n minus 1. This is the formula in geometric sequence. So let us substitute. What is your a's of n? So that would be 2048. What is the value of the first term? So that would be 4. What is the value of the r? That is unknown. What is the value of your n? So our n here is 10. So that would be 10 minus 1. So that would be 9. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is to cancel out the value beside our common ratio. So we can cancel out 4 by dividing both sides by 4. Let's divide both sides by 4. Cancel out. So we have here r raised to 9. And we can divide 2048 by 4. So if we're going to divide 20 divided by 4, that would be 5. 4 divided by 4, that would be 1. And 8 divided by 4, that would be 2. So 2048 divided by 4, that is 512. So we are not yet done because we have the exponent of 9. So as what I have mentioned in our example number 1, to cancel out the exponent, we need to raise both the equations to the reciprocal number of your exponent. So what is the reciprocal of 9? So that would be 1/9 or 1 over 9. So raise both sides. Let me put it here. So raise both sides by 1 over 9. Okay, so this will be 1/9. So cancel. So what we have here on the right side, we only have r. And then we have 512. I will rewrite it here. 512 raised to 1 over 9. What do we mean by this? It means that we're getting the 9th root of 512. What do we mean by 9th root of 512? It means what is the number you are going to multiply 9 times to itself, and then we'll give you the answer of 512. The technique here is you need to start with the lowest number. So I am always starting with 2. If it's still not enough, you can go ahead with number 3. Okay, so let's start with 2. Let's try to multiply 2 9 times to itself. Let's see if we are going to get 512. Okay, so 2 times 2, that is 4. 4 times 2, that would be 8. 8 times 2, that would be 16. 16 times 2, that would be 32. 32 times 2, that would be 64. 64 times 2, that would be 128. 128 times 2, that would be 256. Nakakailan na ba tayo? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, isa na lang. 256 times 2, it gives us 512. So, the 9th root of 512 is 2. Okay? So, na-multiply natin the number that you can multiply 9 times to itself that will give you the answer of 512 is 2. Okay? So, that is example number 2. Let's now have our last example, which is example number 3. So, what is the common ratio of the sequence if the first term is 1 and the fifth term is 625? So, let's have our 3 steps. Step number 1, write all the given. A's of 1. What is the first term? 1. We have the value of r. Okay, the r or the common ratio is the unknown. What is the value of our n? So our n here is 5. And what is your a's of n or the last term? The last term here is 625. This is step number 1. Step number 2, substitute your given to the formula of geometric sequence. A's of n is equal to a's of 1 times the common ratio raised to n minus 1. Your a's of n is 625. Our a's of 1 is 1. Our common ratio is unknown. Our n is 5. So n minus 1, 5 minus 1, that is 4. Okay, so we need to cancel out first the value beside the common ratio, that is 1. So divide both sides by 1, it still gives us 625. So kahit hindi ko na ipakita ang solution. So 625 is equal to r raised to 4. So your goal is to cancel out the exponent 4. So what are we going to do again? We need to raise both our equation to the reciprocal value of your exponent for you to cancel it out. So what is the reciprocal value of 4? So that would be 1/4. So 1/4. So r raised to 4 times 1/4 cancel out, so we only have r. And then the meaning of 625 raised to 1/4, that is the 4th root of 625. By the way, let me just explain. maybe you're asking, Mom, why do we have to cancel 4? This one. Why do we have to cancel 4 when we multiply it to 1/4? Okay, let me show the solution here. So we have here 4. When you multiply 4 to 1/4, okay, so when you're multiplying whole number by fraction, so you just need to make the whole number as fraction, so it will become 4/1. So when you're multiplying fractions, that's numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. So 4 times 1, that is 4. 1 times 4, that is 4. 4 divided by 4, it is equal to 1. That's why we cancel it out, because 4 times 1/4, that is 1. And we don't need to write 1 here, okay? It's we are already informed, or we know already, that there is an imaginary exponent 1. All right, so that's what happened here, just to explain. Okay, so to continue, we have the 4th root of 625 is equal to r. So what are you going to think again? So what is the number that you can multiply 4 times to itself will give you an answer of 625? As the technique that I have mentioned, if you don't memorize all the perfect squares, the perfect cube, you can start with the lowest number. So I will start with 2. So I will multiply 2 4 times to itself. Let's see if it's 625. So 2 times 2, that is 4. 4 times 2, that is 8. 8 times 2, that is 16. So it's not 2. Masyadong malayo. 16 and 625 ang pinag-uusapan po natin. Let's try to have 3. So 3 times 3, that is 9 times 3, 27 times 3, that is 81. Okay, masyado pa ring malayo. So I can now proceed to 5. Let's see. 5 times 5 is 25. 25 times 5 is 125. 125 times 5, that is 625. Okay, so what is the number that you can multiply 4 times to itself that will give you 625? Our answer is 5. So therefore, the value of your r is 5. Okay, so these are the 3 examples in finding the common ratio of the geometric sequence. I hope that we learned something. And now let us continue. This time, we need to find the number of terms or the value of n in our geometric sequence. Okay, so let's try to have our example number 1. What term or n is 320 if the first term of the sequence is 5 and the common ratio is 2? So based on our problem, it is very clear that we are going to find or solve for the value of n. So you will think it this way. So parang ang itinatanong po dito sa ating problem is, pang ilang term si 320 sa iyong geometric sequence? Okay, so that's how you deal with it, or for you to understand it. Okay, so what term is 320? So pang ilang term si 320 in your geometric sequence? So we have the same steps. So step number 1, what is that again? You need to write all your given. So again, meron kang 4 na given na kailangang isulat. So your a's of 1, that is given in the problem. So our first term, ilan daw? So that would be 5. Next, common ratio is given in this problem. So that would be 2. And n is your unknown, right? And then the value of the last term, or the a's of n, is 320. Okay, step number 1. Step number 2, you have to substitute your given to the geometric formula. A's of n is equal to a's of 1 times the common ratio raised to n minus 1. So our a's of n is 320. Our a's of 1 is 5. Our common ratio is 2. And our exponent, because we don't have the value of n, so we just need to write n minus 1. Okay, since the value that we are solving is in the exponent, so pwede mo nating i-cancel dito yung 5. Okay, so how are you going to cancel 5? You can divide both sides by 5. So divide both sides by 5. So cancel. So we have, what we have here on the right side of the equation? So we only have 2 raised to n minus 1. And then 320 divided by 5. So let's do it. 3 divided 5 cannot be 32. How many 5s do we have at 32? So we have here 6. And then meron tayong natirang 2. So that would be 20. How many 5s do we have in 20? So that would be 4. Therefore, 320 divided by 5 is 64. So what's next? How are we going to solve for the value of n? Since siya ay nasa exponent. Ang given natin on the right side of your equation is in exponential form. So the technique here is, you also need to make the value on your left side written in exponential form. So kung naka-exponent format yung nasa kanan mo, kailangan yung nasa left side is also in exponential form. So technique. Okay? So since your number or your base on the right side is already simplified or wala na tayong value, iba pang magagawa dyan. Okay? So since 2 is your base on the right side of the equation, it also means that the value or the base in your left side will also be 2. Okay, so let's show the solution. So I will just copy 64 is equal to 2 raised to n minus 1. Okay, as what I have mentioned, since 2 na yung nasa right side natin, wala na tayong magagawa, hindi natin masisimplify or anything. So it's only 2. Just write 2 raised to n minus 1. Itong nasa left side na lang ang kailangan nating i-simplify. Ang goal natin dito, class, is maging parehas ang kanilang base. So, since the base in the right side is 2, ibig sabihin, ang base mo sa kanan is also, or on the left side, the base also that you should have on the left side is also 2. Yan. Ang goal mo, maging parehas yung kanilang base. Okay? So, 2 na sila parehas. Pero ang value dapat nito ay 64. So, what number or what exponent, we need to change it in exponential form. What exponent are you gonna put in 2, okay, para ang maging sagot natin ay 64? Okay, so the answer here is 6. So 2 raised to 6 is 64. Tama po? So that would be 2 times 2. This is 4. 4 times 2. This is 8. 8 times 2. That would be 16. 16 times 2, that would be 32. 32 times 2, that is 64. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 64. Ibig sabihin, yung 2 raised to 6, equal lang din siya sa 64. Again, anong ginawa natin? Kailangan parehas ang base ng left side and right side ng iyong equation. Okay? Pag parehas na yung kanilang base, you have to equate the exponent. So, kukunin mo ngayon yung kanilang exponent. So, we have here 6 is equal to n minus 1. Then, we can now solve for the value of n. So, how are we going to solve for the value of n? So, we can transpose negative 1 to the other side of the equation. Okay, so I have mentioned this already before in our class. Actually, there is no such process as transpose. We are actually adding, okay, the opposite number to this one, for this one to be cancelled out. Okay, so ang nangyayari talaga dito, since this is minus 1, we are adding plus 1 to both sides of the equation. Okay, but just to explain the process, okay, that's what we did here. But to simplify it, we are transposing it to the other side of the equation. So naiwan na dito ay si n. So from minus 1, magiging plus 1. So 6 plus 1. So the value of n is 7. Okay, that is example number 1. So let's try to have another example. So example number 2. So example number 2. What term is 324 in the sequence if the first term is 4 and the common ratio is 3. So the question asks us what is the term. So we are looking for the value of n. Okay, pang ilang term daw si 324. So step number 1, write all the given that's available. A's of 1, what is your first term? That is 4. What is your R, or the common ratio? The common ratio is 3. N is our unknown. And then our last term, or the A's of n, is 324. Okay, so this is step number 1. Let's now have step number 2. Step number 2, substitute your given to the geometric formula. Raised to n minus 1. This is our formula. So A's of n is 324. Our A's of 1 is 4. Our common ratio is 3. And the exponent is n minus 1. So what do we do here? We can cancel out 4 first. So divide both sides by 4. Cancel. So what we have here? 3 raised to n minus 1. Okay, so 324 divided by 4. So 3 divided 4 cannot be. 32 divided 4. How many 4s do we have in 32? So that would be 8. Next, 4 divided by 4 is 1. So 324 divided by 4, the answer is 81. Okay, so let's continue our solution here. Okay, so we have here 81 is equal to 3 raised to n minus 1. So, as what I have mentioned in example 1, ang iyong given in the right side of the equation is in exponential form. So, kailangan din itong nasa kaliwa is maisulat natin in exponential form. Kailangan magkaroon din siya ng exponent. So, the technique that we have here is kailangan parehas yung base nung nasa right side ng equation doon sa base ng nasa left side ng equation. Since ang base ng nasa right side mo ay 3, ibig sabihin ang base sa left side should also be 3. Okay? So let me show my solution. So I will just copy 3 raised to n minus 1. So it means ang base natin dito ay 3. So ang kailangan mong isipin is, what should be the exponent of 3 wherein it will give us the answer of 81. Okay, that would be 3 raised to what? For you to have 81 as an answer. So let's show our solution here. So we have 3 times 3, that would be 9. Okay, 9 times 3, that is 27. Okay, kulang pa tayo, dapat 81 daw. 27 times 3, what is our answer? The answer here is 81. So, ilang beses nating minultiply yung 3 para makuha natin yung 81? 4 na beses. Okay, therefore, our exponent is 4. Because 3 raised to 4, the answer is 81. Okay? Again, ang naging goal natin dito, dapat parehas yung kanilang base. At pag parehas ang kanilang base, kunin mo na yung kanilang exponent. You have to equate their exponents. So, ano exponent nung nasa left side? That is 4. Exponent nung nasa right side is n minus 1. So, to solve for n, we can transpose it to the other side of the equation. So, from minus 1, magiging plus 1. Right? So, naiwan natin dito sa left side, copy ko lang para hindi ma-confuse. So we can transpose this to the other side of the equation. Again, we are not, actually it's the easiest way to remember it, but what we're doing here, class, is we are adding plus 1 to both sides of the equation. And so we can cancel out negative 1. But we have here n, transpose it to the other side, from negative 1 magiging plus 1. So 4 plus 1. So n is equal to 5. Alright, so that is the value of n. Ibig sabihin, class, ang 324 is in 5th term ng iyong geometric sequence. Okay, example number 2. Okay, let's now have example number 3. Okay. In example number 3, let's read our problem. In what term does 1/4 belong if the first term is 8 and the common ratio is 1/2? Okay, so if you'll notice, we have here fractions is our given. So let's still follow our same steps. Step number 1. So we need to identify our given. A's of 1. What is our A's of 1? That would be 8. Next, we have the common ratio. That is R. That will be 1/2. N is unknown. And the value of the A's of N, or the last term, the term that we're looking for, is 1/4. Okay, this is step number 1. For step number 2, we need to substitute it to our formula. A's of N is equal to A's of 1 times the R raised to N minus 1. Our A's of N is 1/4. So just write 1/4. Our A's of 1 is 8. Our R is 1/2. And raised to N minus 1. Okay, first we need to cancel out the 8. Okay, so divide both sides by 8. Divided by 8. This one also divided by 8. So cancel si 8. Natira po natin dito is 1/2 raised to N minus 1. Okay, so how are we going to solve this? 1/4 divided by 8. So one technique that I can teach you is that since this is a whole number, so we can make it a fraction. Okay, so that would be outer, multiply the outer over the product of the inner. Okay, so multiply the outer terms. So that would be the numerator and denominator. So 1 times 1, that's 1 over, okay, ito pakita natin. 1 times 1, that is 1. Okay. 4 times 8, that would be 32. So we have here 32. Okay, sulat natin dito sa kanan ng mas maayos para mas maintindihan. So we have here 1 over 32 is equal to 1/2 raised to N minus 1. Okay, so this is now our given. Alright, so anong sinabi natin technique dito kanina? Since the right part of your equation is in exponential form, kailangan din maging exponential form yung nasa left side. And the technique that you can have here, kailangan, pag tinurn mo to into exponential form, parehas sila ng base. Okay, they should have the same base para ma-equate din natin yung kanilang exponents. Okay, so since ang base nung nasa kanan natin ay 1/2, it also means that the base on your left side is also 1/2. So what would be the exponent of 1/2? That will give you an answer of 1 over 32. Okay, ilang beses natin i-multiply ang 1/2 sa sarili niya para ang maging sagot ay 32. O, mag-try tayo. Solve natin yan dito. Okay, so 1/2 times 1/2, that's 1/4. 1/4 times 1/2, kulang pa, 1/8. 1/8 times 1/2, that's 1 over 16. 1 over 16 times 1/2, it gives us 1 over 32. Okay, so paano ba tayo nagmo-multiply ng fractions? Multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators. So we have here 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1, that is 1. 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 2, 8. 8 times 2, 16. 16 times 2, that is 32. So we already have the 1 over 32. Nakuha na natin to. So, ang question, ilang beses mo siyang minultiply sa sarili niya? So, how many times did we multiply it to itself? So, we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, it means that the exponent here is 5. Okay? So, we are done equating we are done already making the bases the same. So, parehas ng 1/2 yung kanilang base. So, we can now equate the exponents. So, ano ba yung exponent na meron tayo? Exponents na meron tayo, we have here 5 is equal to n minus 1. So how are you going to solve for n? So we can transpose it to the other side of the equation. So we have n, 5 plus 1. So n is equal to 6. Ibig sabihin, yung ating pong number na 1/4 is in the 6th term. Alright, so we are done discussing about geometric sequence, specifically finding the common ratio and the value of n in our sequence. I hope that we learned a lot in this topic. Once again, thank you all for listening. This is Teacher Timmy, and have a great day.